Greetings Onion Slice, and today I wanted to show you a mod that adds the item box to Resident Evil 0. Of course, this can only be done on the PC version. This mod was created by Discard. You can find the link in the description. The item box mod allows you to store items in the typewriter, much like in Resident Evil 4 Remake. You can exchange items infinitely. Even though it shows you a few slots in the bar, you can just constantly keep putting stuff in there. All of the items that you put in the typewriter item box will be transferred to every single typewriter in the game. So in case you're a bit confused, Resident Evil 0 does not normally feature an item box in the game. You will have to normally just drop items in areas and do item management on the go, so to speak. But with this addition of this new mod, you get a slightly different experience. So the mod also disables the ability to leave stuff behind. So you're trading in the leave feature of item management on the go with the item box typewriter, which I believe doesn't necessarily make the game easier. It just makes it slightly different. But yeah, so I tried it for a little bit. I played about an hour and a half with the item box mod, and mind you, I'm not an expert at Resident Evil 0, but I have beaten it once, so I know a little bit how the game works, and the entire time I didn't feel the need to have an item box in my game. Sure, I would have probably missed the gas can in this area, or a first aid spray or two, but that really didn't matter in the long run. The best way to describe this mod is in some parts it matters and in other parts it doesn't. For example, in the early stages of the training facility, or the mansion if you will, there are enough typewriters around this area that do actually benefit you if you don't know what you need to pick up, in what order or whatever. So you can actually find typewriters all around this area and do a more classic inventory management, as you can see here in my gameplay. What I would normally do is just drop all of my stuff in the main hall of the mansion, or the residence, whatever you want to call it. So that way I have a room full of the items that I could possibly need, and, you know, put them all in a corner, which sounds a little bit silly, but honestly, that's the way to do inventory management in this game, since in the training facility, you end up looping around a couple of times, so you end up going back to that main hall a few times. So it's a good idea to have those items there. In my own experience, where it actually did matter a lot was near the end of the game, when you're about to fight the Proto-Tyrant, which is one of the boss fights in the game. So I actually was able to grab the Magnum, which was designed for this boss fight, and the grenade launcher to help me fight him. I believe it takes about 6 to 7 Magnum rounds and 1 grenade round, and I wouldn't have been able to do this way if I didn't have the Magnum. But of course, that's because I'm not super familiar with Resident Evil 0, so it actually did help me at the end a lot. So yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Do you think the item box should have been added to Resident Evil 0, or do you like it without the item box? I personally think I'm okay with it. Like any other game, it takes time to get used to a different type of feature, type of gameplay mechanic, but I also like having alternative ways of playing a game, so I think it should have been an option that you get after beating the game maybe, or after getting S+ or something like that. Anyway, please leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, subscribe for more gameplay, and make sure to comment. I read all my comments. So yeah, check out my full playthrough of my first playthrough of Resident Evil 0, and I will see you in the next video or live stream.